I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today we're taking you on a journey through a Health Ranger Report interview that has everyone talking. We're talking about government overreach, human trafficking, and the future of America as we know it. So, buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Our story begins with Mike Adams, the founder of BrightLearn.com, sitting down with Ann Vandersteel, a prominent figure in the world of alternative media. Ann is known for her show, Right Now with Ann Vandersteel, and her appearances on InfoWars. She's just returned from the Texas-Mexico border with journalist Michael Yon, and she's got some shocking revelations to share. Ann paints a grim picture of the situation at the border. She describes it as a sad state of affairs, where America's beauty is being tainted by a federal government she accuses of being demons and scoundrels. According to her, these officials are more interested in raping and pillaging public funds than in serving the people. The open border policy, she claims, is decimating cities with crime and burdening taxpayers with the cost of caring for immigrants, who often bring disease. But that's not all. Ann and Michael Yon have launched Operation Burning Edge to investigate the situation firsthand. They started at SpaceX and were planning to move westward. But their mission took a dramatic turn in McAllen, Texas. Ann reveals that they pivoted to investigate child trafficking after receiving actionable intelligence from a federal whistleblower named Carlos Arellano. Arellano claims that massive NGOs like Southwest Key programs are warehousing children in what Ann describes as concentration camps. These children, she says, are being held hostage and moved around the country, often ending up in the homes of illegal aliens, which effectively removes them from the Federal Register. The implications are horrifying. Ann suggests that these children are being pimped out and sex trafficked, funded by federal dollars. She calls it a human rights violation and accuses the Biden administration, particularly Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, of being complicit. Ann also discusses a city being built in Texas specifically for illegal immigrants. She calls it Abbott City, named after Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who she claims has received substantial campaign contributions from the developer. The city, she says, is being built haphazardly, with machinery moving dirt around without any real construction happening. It's a slumlord situation, she claims, with trailers bearing MS-13 gang symbols and the occasional nice house popping up, suggesting the presence of a kingpin. Ann connects the dots between these events in the North American Declaration, signed by President Joe Biden in January 2023. This, she argues, is part of a plan to dissolve borders between Canada, the United States, and Mexico, creating a homogenized continent. She believes this is part of a larger agenda by the World Economic Forum to replace the current population with a replacement population. The conversation then shifts to the impending collapse of the banking system. Ann predicts that the collapse of Evergrande, a Chinese property developer, will have a ripple effect on Western banks. She sees this as an opportunity to hasten the collapse of the fiat currency system, which she believes is built on corruption and deceit. Ann also touches on rising calls for secession, particularly in Hawaii. She expresses support for the idea, arguing that Americans need to assert their constitutional rights and take matters into their own hands. She believes that the current system is beyond repair and that a revolution of ideas and ideologies is necessary. Ann ends the interview on a note of cautious optimism. She acknowledges that the road ahead will be difficult, but she believes that Americans have the strength to overcome these challenges. She urges listeners to prepare for the worst while hoping for the best, emphasizing the importance of community and resilience. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind of information and insight from Ann Vandersteel. Whether you agree with her views or not, one thing is clear. The issues she raises are complex and deserve our attention. As always, thank you for tuning in to BrightLearn. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep shining your light.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Ann Vandersteel and Mike Adams on August 23, 2023. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.